Well, here we are again. Here's a video nobody wants to watch because everybody was really hoping it would have been resolved the first time. So, you've probably seen it, and you've seen the thumbnail. SAVETF2 is trending again. This is basically a quick recap of the previous protest, the current one, and anything we can expect to come out of it. Timestamps in the description. So, what was the original SAVETF2 protest? SAVETF2 was one of the largest gaming protests in recent memory for me, and it was an absolutely fantastic thing. It was a peaceful protest popularised by community creators, YouTubers, and literally anyone you could ever think of who's ever even touched TF2 before. Everyone who's ever played this game loves it, and therefore it really deeply saddens us to see the current state it's in. And the goal of the peaceful protest was to get Valve to recognise us and say, hey, something is wrong, it needs fixing, please. And well, this protest didn't fix anything in TF2, but it did reveal to us what the true problem was. Valve. Because here we find ourselves a year and a half later, and we're doing the same old thing again, pretending it's going to do anything different. So, what really happened because of the peaceful protest last time? Well, everyone on Twitter was sharing their stories of how, bots have affected them and all that kind of stuff. Everybody on Reddit. I'm sure some people were emailing into Valve, which I do not advise nor encourage, because it is important to remember that we are holding a peaceful protest here. And, well, the result of this last time was to get Valve to log into their Twitter account, which they haven't done since 2020, and post a big, thing saying, hi, we hear you, we love this game too, and we're going to pretend to care. But nothing came out of it, nothing really came out of it. Ever since then, the bot crisis has just got worse, and since starting my YouTube channel, I've really found the full front of this. As over here in Europe, bots are nowhere near as big of a problem as they are in the American servers. So over here in Europe, you'll get maybe 1 to 2 bots every 2 or 3 games, and generally people are quite reluctant to kick them, but they do often get kicked. Now, because of YouTube, and I've made a lot of American friends, and I will often play with them in my spare time, I often get matched into American servers, and I would personally deem this kind of game to be unplayable in the current state it is in, because holy lord, I have no words for the kind of, the things that have been going on that Valve just does not care about. So, we're doing it again. There's a spider on my mic, hold on. Anyway, sorry about that, but yeah, we're doing it again. SAVETF2 is back in the protest news, and this is a good thing, as I remember towards the end of the SAVETF2 protest last time, people were getting quite annoyed with it. There were always those that were just annoyed of, the sheer coverage of it, yet there were also those that were annoyed because they'd just given up hope. What's the point of screaming into the void? It's never going to listen nor respond. But this time I feel like we could make a difference. We originally thought we had achieved our goal last time, in that we got Valve to log into their Twitter and actively, well, at the time we thought made a promise. But that was, just another empty promise to silence the crowds. So, what are the general rules of the SAVETF2 protest this time? Who's on our side and what can we expect from it? I guess I should first say that yes, I will be covering SAVETF2. Like I said earlier, I understand some people get quite annoyed with it, but I feel it's important to cover, as this community is just the greatest thing. It really is. It's the best. And even if I have the smallest audience in the entirety of YouTube, I feel I should at least be doing my part. Because I love this game, I really do. And we all do. And it's horrible to see it in its current state. So, who's currently on our side? Well, all the big YouTubers then and again are still doing the same old thing of, promoting SAVETF2 all the stuff. I'll be throwing various Twitter screenshots up on screen because, well, obviously Twitter is the loudest voice for most of these kind of things. Shulk obviously is doing incredible work to try and lead the protest again, along with the... I'm reluctant to call him the official heavy Twitter account, but he's doing good work in terms of promoting signings and all that kind of stuff. There is currently a petition going on, which has, I think as of recording this, 8,000 signatures. So if you're interested in that, that'll be linked in the description. Go give it a sign. I know change.org doesn't really do anything, but it is at least a medium for the voice. Now, other interesting things to note, apart from the usual people that are on our side, as always, the Medic's voice actor has tweeted out saying SAVETF2, and the other big thing I have to obviously say is not to harass anyone who works at Valve, harass any voice actors, or any of the sort like that. It is just a no-go. It is not their fault, as simple as it is. And, you know, the medic's voice actor, I can't remember his name, sorry. He probably does not have direct communication with Valve, so it's not a fair thing to expect him to be the one to resolve the situation just because he's on our side and other things like that. Other basic things I feel I should be reminding people: don't email Gaben saying, hey, why do you not care about TF2? Don't go to the Valve offices and try to harass anyone, anything like that. This is a peaceful protest for a reason. And it is important to cover this. I feel every TF2 YouTuber should, purely because the amount of voices collectively can make a difference. So, you know, expect to see a lot more videos in the future, as I only really saw this starting to trend, I think, yesterday. So, I'm not saying I rushed to put this video out, but I am saying it did hit the top of my list, because this is an important thing for the longevity of this game, and as such. So expect other YouTubers to make voices and videos on SAVETF2 in the coming future. And as for what you could do personally, obviously tweeting hashtag SAVETF2 at least puts your voice on the collective conscience. You can always sign the petition, which is linked in the description. And like I said earlier, please don't reach out and email or harass anyone. The only other thing I recommend you to do is make a YouTube channel. Make a video preaching your voice, please. We want to hear it. If we all come together to unite over this one simple thing, then maybe we can find longevity and friendship in it. Because, realistically, just think of all the friendships that have been lost because of the bot crisis. Think of how many friends you've made in TF2 games, be it idle servers or just in casual, whatever it might be. And think of all the people that haven't been able to do that purely because they've had to leave games that have been infested with bots. And SAVETF2 isn't just about bots, it's obviously about, you know, the general state of the game, you know, bringing it back to life, if you will. But the bot crisis, you know, if we could fix anything, it would be that. So, why doesn't Valve care? Well, I'm honestly not in a position to answer that, as to whether they care or not is subjective. I think, in my personal opinion, Valve does not care, because we get fantastic updates, like the summer update earlier. The Halloween update this year was really good, and the Christmas crate was fantastic, but they just don't care enough to properly make any changes to the game. And as to why that is, I really don't know. TF2 must be making them millions a year. But then again, this probably comes down to the point as to why they don't have to try. They know that TF2 is going to be making them millions every year, so therefore what's the point in putting 100 hours of updates into it when you can only put 1 hour of updates into it and still get the same result? But basically, this, I don't know, this video isn't scripted, as you could probably tell. But we all love this game. You and I love this game both. And think of all the other people that have loved this game before. And we can't let this continue, lads. So consider this incredibly cringy, unscripted, unhinged video, which is less of a rant and more of just a thought dump. You know, sway you into one way or the other. But the long story short of this is, we're doing SAVETF2 again. Make a YouTube channel, make a video a bit like this one, just talking about your experiences with TF2, why you love it, and why the bot crisis is upsetting you, or why the game has been neglected for so long, and as to why that upsets you as well. We need voices, that's the main thing we need. And, well, no one should remain silent in this. Anyway, sorry, it was a really unscripted, unhinged rant. There you go, I tried to combine the words. But basically, I love TF2, you love TF2, and I just got this channel and I just got this audience, and I refuse to lose it because I love it so much. And no matter what's going on in the world, we always have TF2, and currently it's trying to be taken away from us by all these bots. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to be streaming later on at around 6:30. I'll either be doing TF2 or Smash Brothers. I'm not too sure which one yet, as, well, I'll play some games, and if I can get some games without any bots, then it will be TF2, but if I can't, then it will probably be Smash. But, okay, well, thank you very much everyone for watching, and I highly encourage you to make your voice heard as well, as nothing is going to change unless we all come together and speak about this. Thank you very much, I'll see you later down the sunny road.